Wait, is that Goku as a kid? And why is he fighting in what looks like a cyberpunk world? Stick around because this season is absolutely wild, and that's just the beginning. From assassin maids to treasure hunters who just want to retire, Fall 2024 is throwing every genre into a blender, and I'm here for it. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments what show you're most hyped for this season, because trust me, by the end of this video, that answer might change. Also, I've hidden 3 anime references throughout this video. First person to spot all 3 gets a special shout-out in the next video.
みんな、準備はいいか？
Now let's start with the shows that made me question reality itself.
何あれ、ほんとやめてほしい。
Imagine you're having an argument about whether aliens or ghosts are real, and then the universe just goes, why not both? That's Dandadan in a nutshell, but oh boy, it gets so much better. What makes this show special isn't just its bonkers premise. The main characters, Momo Ayase and our alien-obsessed boy, have this chemistry that makes every interaction pure gold. We're talking top-tier banter while fighting supernatural threats. It's like if X-Files and Ghostbusters had a baby, and that baby was raised by anime. But here's what really got me: the animation. Studio Science Saru is flexing on everyone with some of the most fluid action sequences I've seen this year. There's this one scene in episode 2. Actually, no spoilers, but your jaw will drop. The animation here really knows how to arise. And speaking of dropping jaws, Re:Zero is back, and it chose violence. Season 3 starts with arguably the strongest opening episodes of the series, and that's saying something. Remember how dark seasons 1 and 2 got? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because this season is not playing around. The new antagonists? Terrifying. The animation? Gorgeous. The psychological trauma? Abundant. Classic Re:Zero. But here's what you might not know. The studio has actually hidden several clues about future plot twists in the opening sequence. I'll point out 3 of them later in the video, so stick around for that. Remember when we all thought Dragon Ball couldn't surprise us anymore? Well, how the turntables. Dragon Ball Daima isn't just another power-scaling adventure, it's giving us something we didn't even know we wanted. Kid Goku is back, but not in the way you'd expect. The animation is Mappa levels of clean, and the new characters, Glorio and Pansy, are actually interesting additions to the Dragon Ball universe. I know, I was shocked too. But here's the real kicker. This series is actually connecting dots from the original Dragon Ball that have been hanging for literal decades. That's right, Toriyama's been playing 4D chess this whole time.
Wow!
And while we're talking about long-awaited returns, the Bleach Renaissance continues, and it's better than ever. Remember when we used to complain about the anime's pacing? Those days are gone. Studio Pierrot is channeling their inner Bankai with this one. The animation in this core makes the previous ones look like sketches. There's this one fight scene that literally made me rewind 5 times just to catch all the details. I'll drop a timestamp in the description. An assassin becomes a maid? Sounds like another generic anime, right? Wrong. This show is literally what would happen if John Wick decided to learn housekeeping, and it's hilarious. Her technique is as precise as a certain spy's elegant family routine. The best part, the show actually understands comedy. It's not just, ha, she's bad at cleaning. It's watching a professional killer apply assassination techniques to household chores. Finally, an isekai protagonist who's actually relatable. Our boy Cry just wants to retire, and honestly, same. While everyone else is trying to become the strongest, this man is mastering the art of avoiding trouble.
Hey, that's pretty good.
The show's actually pretty clever about subverting typical fantasy tropes. Plus, the animation during the running away scenes is surprisingly Sakuga-worthy.
このままじゃ何もできないまま終わる。
Okay, we need to talk about Blue Lock Season 2. The good news? The story is still fire. The bad news? The animation. But here's why you shouldn't drop it. The character development this season is actually next level. Plus, those additional time post-credit scenes, pure gold. Just, maybe don't compare it directly to Season 1's animation.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything.
大輝くんなら大丈夫だよ。
Blue Box is proving that you can make a sports romance anime without making either element feel forced. The badminton scenes are actually well researched with techniques that could rival even Shibuya's strongest players. And the romance doesn't make you want to throw your remote at the TV. Plus, the show does this clever thing with parallel storytelling between sports matches and relationship development that's just chef's kiss. Now, let me put you onto some shows that aren't making headlines but absolutely should be. First up, I'll become a villainess who goes down in history. Yes, another villainous isekai, but wait. This one actually has good writing and doesn't follow the usual formula. There's this twist in episode 3 that literally made me gasp. Demon Lord 2099 is basically what would happen if Demon Slayer met Cyberpunk 2077, and somehow it works. The world building is actually insane, and the fight scenes in the neon-lit cityscape are something else. And don't sleep on tying the knot with an Amagami sister. It starts like your typical harem show but evolves into something surprisingly thoughtful about family, tradition, and personal growth. Quick rapid-fire round of shows to keep on your radar. Tower of God. Season 2 is coming in hot with the workshop battle. Shangri-La Frontier. Season 2 is still the most self-aware gaming anime out there. SAO Alternative. Gun Gale. Online 2 is actually better than the original series. And speaking of those hidden anime references from the start, did you catch them all? Drop your guesses in the comments. And there you have it. Fall 2024 in a nutshell. This season is stacked, and I didn't even have time to cover everything. Want a full review of any show I mentioned? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and remember that jaw-dropping scene I mentioned from Dandadan? Here it is. If this video helped you find your next anime obsession, smash that like button and subscribe for more seasonal reviews. Until then, stay weeby.